It is a cosmic impossibility, an event that defies physics. But what if, right now, at this very moment, our small, familiar moon was instantly swapped for the largest, most violent planet in our solar system? Forget the beautiful view, forget the light, because the first thing you'd experience is a gravitational nightmare. Jupiter is 300 times more massive than Earth, and its gravity would immediately tear our planet apart. We're talking about ocean tides hundreds of miles high, mountains crumbling, and the very ground beneath your feet turning to liquid. And that's just the start. Over the next hour, the real physics comes into play. You won't just see destruction, you'll witness a total planetary collapse, the ultimate end of Earth. This is the first 60 seconds of the end of everything. In that very first microsecond, the Earth's delicate balance is obliterated. The Moon, at roughly 384,000 kilometers away, exerts a subtle pull. Jupiter, now at that same distance, exerts a force 300 million times stronger than the Moon. Imagine a cosmic hand, invisible and irresistible, gripping our planet. It's not just Jupiter's pull that's the problem. It's the differential pull, the tidal force. Jupiter's gravity would be significantly stronger on the side of Earth facing it compared to the far side. This difference would create an unimaginable stress, attempting to stretch Earth into an elongated football shape. Within the first few seconds, coastlines around the globe cease to exist. We're not talking about a 100-foot wave, we're talking about a 500-meter, 1,600-foot wall of water, potentially much higher, driven by Jupiter's unimaginable gravitational tug. This isn't a tsunami, it's a planetary reshaping event. Inland cities, once thought safe, would find themselves under a new, temporary ocean as the Earth's crust flexed and warped beneath the sudden, immense weight of shifting water. The Earth's rotation, a constant we've relied on for billions of years, becomes instantly erratic. Jupiter's gravity would attempt to lock Earth's rotation, or at least slow it down dramatically, much like it has tidally locked some of its own moons. This sudden, violent deceleration or acceleration would generate unprecedented friction within Earth's mantle and crust, unleashing geological forces beyond comprehension. The land itself would rebel. Mountains, once majestic, would groan under impossible stress, their peaks either shearing off or being sucked upwards by the differential gravity. Fault lines around the world, dormant for centuries, would rip open, releasing unimaginable seismic energy. We're talking about not just magnitude 9 or 10 earthquakes, but continuous planet-rending tremors that would turn the solid ground into a violently shifting liquid-like surface. Structures designed to withstand earthquakes would be pulverized instantly. 60 seconds, that's all it takes for our world to transition from a vibrant living planet to a chaotic, gravitationally tortured sphere. The blue marble we know would already be unrecognizable, its surface consumed by water, fire, and the relentless, crushing embrace of its new, monstrous neighbor. And this, truly, is just the beginning. As the first minute gives way to the first hour, the initial shocks evolve into a sustained, relentless assault. Jupiter isn't just pulling on Earth, it's trying to stretch it out of existence. Our planet, like a child's toy under the hand of a giant, would begin to visibly deform. Earth's solid crust, typically 30 kilometers thick on average, would be unable to withstand the continuous tidal forces. Imagine a thin layer of ice on a flexible ball. The force is so great that the crust literally begins to peel away from the mantle beneath, particularly at the tidal bulges facing and opposing Jupiter. This peeling action causes global-scale rifting. Fissures hundreds of kilometers long and several kilometers deep rip open across continents, from the stable shields of Africa and North America to the oceanic plates. The sudden depressurization along these rifts would cause immediate catastrophic decompression melting in the upper mantle. The result is a volcanic Armageddon. Not isolated volcanoes, but global sheets of magma erupting simultaneously from every major fissure, fault, and tectonic boundary. Lava flows would cover entire regions, and the sheer volume of ash, soot, and sulfur dioxide blasted into the atmosphere would instantly blacken the sky. This is a planetary acne outbreak, a final, violent purging of Earth's internal heat. The oceans, meanwhile, have become the primary agent of destruction. The immense tidal bulges create a global sloshing effect that continues long after the initial wave. These waves, really massive temporary elevations in sea level, sweep across the continents, meeting, rebounding, and merging into chaotic planet-wide turbulence. The energy transfer is so enormous that the kinetic energy of these colossal tides alone could generate enough heat to boil vast sections of the oceans. For any surviving pockets of humanity, the experience is not one of a single disaster, but of an unending, escalating cosmic assault. Shelter is impossible. The ground is liquid and shifting. The air is thick with sulfur and ash. The only light comes from the terrifying, swirling immensity of Jupiter and the endless magma flows. Communication is non-existent. The atmospheric friction and global EMP effects of the initial event would fry every electronic circuit instantly. Civilization, as we know it, dies in a chaotic roar, not a slow whimper. The total geological deformation within this hour is staggering. Earth would be stretched and flattened into a significantly different shape, with the gravitational center of the planet visibly shifting towards Jupiter. This sustained stress is slowly cooking the planet from the inside out, turning the vast majority of the crust into an unstable, fragmented, and molten mess. The Earth is already on the brink of being pulled into its Roche limit, the point at which Jupiter's tidal forces exceed Earth's own gravitational cohesion. We are not there yet, but we are racing toward it. As the first hour passes, a new insidious killer emerges: Jupiter's magnetic field and radiation belts. Jupiter boasts the most powerful magnetic field in the solar system, radiating a constant, powerful stream of high-energy particles, electrons and ions accelerated to incredible speeds. Earth's magnetosphere is our shield, but placing Earth inside the orbit of a massive, super-magnetized planet is like standing naked inside a particle accelerator. Within the first few hours, Jupiter's magnetosphere would violently interact with and overwhelm Earth's own magnetic field. Jupiter's field is so strong that Earth's protective magnetic bubble would be compressed, distorted, and potentially ripped open on the side facing Jupiter. The result is a devastating flood of lethal radiation. High-energy electrons and protons would bombard the upper atmosphere, stripping away molecules and causing spectacular, non-stop auroras that would quickly be superseded by a much worse phenomenon: lethal radiation exposure. Any life forms on the side of Earth facing Jupiter, or even partially shielded, would be subjected to radiation doses measured in the thousands of rem, enough to cause instant, catastrophic damage to cells and DNA. This radiation would penetrate far beneath the surface, ionizing the atmosphere and making the air itself a hostile, toxic environment. This is a silent killer, finishing the job begun by the gravitational forces. Simultaneously, the atmosphere itself is being destroyed. The intense tidal forces aren't only stretching the land and water, they are pulling on the very air. On the side of Earth facing Jupiter, the atmosphere would be pulled out into an elongated plume, creating a near vacuum in some regions and immense atmospheric pressure differentials in others. This leads to mega hurricane systems of unimaginable speed and scale, constantly crisscrossing the globe, tearing up anything the seismic activity left standing. The volcanic outgassing and ash clouds, combined with the extreme heat generated by crustal friction and tidal flexing, would rapidly boil the global oceans. Water vapor would superheat the atmosphere, turning the entire planet into a literal steam bath of annihilation. What little light manages to penetrate the ash clouds is instantly absorbed by the immense dark bulk of Jupiter, plunging Earth into an apocalyptic, radiation-laced twilight. The atmospheric pressure becomes a chaotic, constantly fluctuating deadly force. By the end of the first full day, the Earth has lost its battle for internal cohesion. The next challenge is external, maintaining a stable orbit. The Earth's orbital velocity, which kept it in check with the Moon, is now completely mismatched for a massive planet like Jupiter. Earth and Jupiter would enter into a rapid, chaotic orbital dance. Jupiter, now essentially a capture object, would begin rapidly dragging Earth into a new, decaying orbit. The most likely scenario is a rapid approach toward Jupiter's Roche limit. Jupiter's own orbit is a complex system of 95 known moons, many of which would now be disrupted by the sudden arrival of a new, massive object, Earth, in their sphere of influence. This means debris, rocks, ice, and even moons from the Jupiter system would be flung toward Earth, bombarding the surface with constant, deadly impacts, compounding the geological chaos. The heat generation accelerates exponentially. Every twist, pull, and flex of Earth's stretched core and mantle generates heat through friction. This process is known as tidal heating, the very mechanism that makes Jupiter's moon Io the most volcanically active body in the solar system. Earth, being much larger, would generate far more heat, transforming its interior. The Earth's core would experience catastrophic disruption. The liquid outer core, responsible for generating our protective magnetic field, would be violently stirred. As the core is stretched and torn, the magnetic field would fail entirely, stripping Earth of its last defense against the Sun's and Jupiter's particle bombardment, accelerating the atmospheric loss and radiation exposure to terminal levels. By the 24-hour mark, Earth is not just a damaged planet, it is a geologically dead object held together by a thread, steaming under a chaotic radioactive sky in a rapidly decaying, highly eccentric orbit that guarantees only one fate: collision or disintegration. Any surviving life form, human, animal, or even deep-sea microbes, would be subjected to conditions far exceeding anything survivable. The air is toxic, the ground is liquid, and the sky is filled with the swirling, inescapable immensity of Jupiter. The inevitable fate of Earth is to cross Jupiter's Roche limit. For Earth density material, this limit is approximately 1.75 Jupiter radii, or roughly 125,000 kilometers from Jupiter's center. While Earth starts at the Moon's distance, 384,000 kilometers, Jupiter's immense gravity and the chaotic orbital mechanics guarantee a rapid, spiraling descent. As Earth crosses the Roche limit, the differential gravitational force pulling the near and far sides away from the center of the planet exceeds Earth's own internal gravitational cohesion. Put simply, Jupiter is pulling Earth apart faster than Earth can hold itself together. The final disintegration is spectacular and terminal. First, the volatile, less dense materials go. The remaining atmosphere, the last remnants of the oceans now boiling into space, and the lighter outer layers of the fractured crust are stripped away, forming massive, shimmering plumes that are sucked into Jupiter or scattered into space. Next, the solid body itself fragments. The stretched, distorted sphere of Earth shatters into billions of pieces, forming a massive ring system around Jupiter. These fragments, ranging from mountain-sized chunks of continental crust to microscopic dust, would continue to orbit Jupiter, constantly grinding against each other. The former Earth would be scattered across space, orbiting Jupiter as a permanent, ghostly debris field, a testament to the violence of a misplaced planet. The heat generated by the rapid final tidal heating and fragmentation would briefly make these pieces glow red-hot, visible for a short time before they cool and become part of Jupiter's permanent chaotic ring system. Jupiter, the indifferent giant, would barely notice the event. Its enormous mass would absorb the kinetic energy of the Earth's remnants with negligible effect. The new ring system, however, would be dramatic. A colossal, opaque band of rock, iron, and water vapor, far thicker and more dense than any of its current rings, a planetary scar on the great planet. This scenario, while impossible, serves as the ultimate reminder of the delicate balance of gravity that sustains our world. Our planet is not an island, but a carefully balanced ship sailing on a sea of gravitational forces. The Moon, our gentle satellite, is not merely a pretty nightlight. It is the anchor that maintains our tides, stabilizes our axis tilt, and moderates our climate. Remove that anchor and replace it with a giant, and the system fails instantly and catastrophically. The entire event, from substitution to the final formation of a planetary ring system, would take less than 1 week.
In the vast, timeless indifference of the cosmos, the passing of our blue world would be a brief, violent flash, leaving behind only a new, glistening band of debris around the solar system's colossal guardian. It is the ultimate lesson in scale, a reminder that even the solidity of a planet is temporary when faced with the irresistible, indifferent force of a giant's gravity. The end of everything, indeed.